Let's try to figure out why Katy Joy Paulson has not spoken on Miranda Derrick or James Derrick since June 25th. Granted, since May 20th, Katy Joy Paulson posted on her Instagram 110 posts regarding 7M Films, Robert Shinn, Miranda Derrick, and James Derrick regarding the Netflix series Dancing for the Devil. 110 posts, y'all. And that does not include the hundreds, yes, hundreds of posts she put on her Instagram stories, on her Instagram reels from May 20th to June 25th. And that does not include the posts that she deleted. Yes, she deleted some posts along the way. Hundreds and hundreds of posts about Miranda and James Derrick and Robert Shinn, who she's in current litigation with, which clearly she doesn't care about. But on June 9th, Katy Joy Paulson doxed James and Miranda's new address. And she did it on this Instagram live stream. Let's take a look.
Is back again filming content from her townhouse. Even though Miranda has allegedly told friends that she lives on her own and doesn't have anything to do with Shekinah Church and certainly doesn't live in property connected to them, this is actually not true. The home she's filming at is actually a rental that was leased through Shinn Real Estate Group, a realtor, Matthew Shinn. Matthew Shinn is Robert's new right-hand man after his previous right-hand man, Daniel Joseph, left.
I blocked it out, but that was a dox, y'all. That was a straight up dox. Katy Joy Paulson 100% put out James and Miranda Derrick's new address. And in her next screenshot, you could see the full MLS number. She did not delete any of this, y'all, until it was up for just about the amount of time she probably wanted it to be, and then she made the edit. But the damage was already done. And no apology, nothing. Wasn't even addressed. And then on the next day, Miranda Derrick makes a video to express how she's feeling in the moment. And Miranda shared a new fear for her and her husband's safety. Here's what Miranda had to say the day after Katy Joy happened to dox her.
Wanted to be transparent and a little vulnerable with you. But before this documentary, my husband and I, we felt safe. Now that this documentary is out, we feel like our lives have been put in danger. We have both been followed in our cars. We have received hate mail, death threats. So these are just some of the messages that I've been receiving behind the scenes. And I honestly don't understand how my parents and my sister thought that this documentary would help me or would help our relationship in any way. I don't understand that. And I have been getting together with my family for the past couple years privately to work on our relationship, to make things right, to mend what has been broken. And I've been loving it. I've been loving getting together, laughing, just enjoying each other's company. And this documentary has made it very difficult to continue doing that. And honestly, I think that my parents and my sister have focused so much on this documentary that they've forgotten about working on any relationship with me. And that hurts. That hurts me to say. Just bear with me. I'm getting through this. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to get back to posting and dancing and doing what I just absolutely love. It just brings me so much joy. So I do want to get back to that. And I want to thank everyone who has been very supportive for the kind messages, DMs, emails. They don't go unnoticed. So thank you guys very much. And thank you for taking the time to listen. Love you guys. Bye.
The same day Miranda made that video, Katy Joy Paulson makes this post, basically insulting Miranda once again and saying she, in fact, is not scared. In true Katy Joy fashion, she's deflecting because she doxed Miranda and James's address, and now she's trying to downplay it and say, oh, Miranda's not scared. This is all a ploy. But Katy Joy does not know. She doesn't know the details. She has no idea what the details are. But she sure did make up this scenario in her head and says that Roberto, by the name is Robert, his script for Miranda, okay, Miranda, today you're going to pretend that you were really scared. Oh my, it just, y'all. Okay, she continues on. See, you got these emails, but we don't let you read email. So I'm going to tell you that they are because of your parents and the documentary. Even though you're monitored 24/7 by me, report all your daily actions to me, and even though we control your bank account, social media, business contracts, television, you can watch and housing, you are actually being controlled by your parents. Even though 10 women have accused me of SA, they are all liars and lusted after me, the man of God. Even though you are rarely ever able to be alone and travel by yourself, you are totally free. Also, you wanted to marry James. I did not arrange your marriage. God did that, not me. Oh, y'all. Make sure to look very emotional. Then remind people your family are the bad ones and not me. Also, don't tell them that Nick's family is also in the documentary because then we can never go back to work. Whatever. Then after you make the video using the script that I wrote, go online and post the article that we paid TMZ to write about you. Because this documentary is making us famous. Praise Jesus. Hallelujah. Have you seen the views on your videos? Tomorrow we will make more videos pretending you are scared. Then you will go on Tie-Dye's page and post fire emojis that mock that we are a cult. Praise Jesus. I'm famous. And then Katy says, is that how it goes, Roberto? Y'all, it's really disgusting. And this is her quote-unquote script, making fun of Robert, taunting him, but it makes Miranda look bad. This puts Miranda in a light that her flying monkeys now are going to go and harass Miranda some more because they think she's just this manipulated person that doesn't know what's going on, whatever it may be. You're supposed to be an advocate for these people, Katy Joy, quote unquote, the victims that you have labeled to be in this cult. And this is how you treat them. You insult them. You belittle them. You are putting her in more danger by saying she is pretending to be in fear. But as we know, it doesn't end there. And the next day, Katy Joy makes a TikTok video talking about Miranda and how she's basically full of shit. That she's not in fear and that the threats are not legit and she's just lying. So here's what Katy had to say.
Recent post, Miranda Derrick made some pretty serious claims that she was receiving emails and various threats since the documentary was released. And it made me realize that last week I had a conversation with someone that left the church back in 2022. They told me last week that when they confronted Hannah, who is Robert Shinn's wife, and asked her questions about wanting them to sign NDAs, as well as, contract information along with their tithing and the money and the fraud, instead of answering questions and instead of allowing them to actually speak to Robert, Hannah told this person that the way that they were talking to her made her feel like her life was in danger. Like, in order to deflect and get off the topic and not have to answer questions, she basically said that she was feeling unsafe and felt like this person was going to hurt her. The person told me that it was just weird that Hannah was acting like that because they didn't have their voices raised. They weren't confronting her in a hostile way. There was no yelling. It was really like asking questions, let me talk to Robert. And she went immediately to, my life is in danger because you're making me feel like my life is in danger. And it just reminded me of this, where she's saying that her life is in danger because it seems like that might be a tactic they use in the cult. But that's just my thought.
Does anybody else find it strange that she just talked to somebody last week about this exact tactic and all of a sudden now she can apply it to Miranda and try to deflect away from the idea and the fact that she doxed Miranda's address? By Katy Joy presenting Miranda in this light, it turns more people against Miranda. So, of course, the next day, Katy Joy does another live, and she's going to once again say how Miranda is not in danger, and it's coming from inside, and it's really coming from Robert Shinn, and Miranda's just pretending at Robert Shinn's orders.
Miranda's posting that she's getting threats. It's because Robert Shinn has been telling her that she needs to post the video saying that she's getting threats.
This is the biggest problem with Katy Joy Paulson. She is stating this as a fact when it is not known. This is what she assumes. This is her narrative. This is what she wants it to be. Miranda Derrick made a video stating that she was in fear for her and her husband's safety. And this is how Katy Joy Paulson is treating her. She says she's an advocate for them. She says that she stands behind these dancers who are in a quote-unquote cult under Robert Shinn's command. But something else we should keep in mind is that Miranda Derrick made that video the day after Katy Joy Paulson happened to dox her. Miranda Derrick has stated in the past that she will not talk about the person publicly that she is in current litigation with. She did not mention Katy during that video, and nor did she have to. So after Katy Joy doxed Miranda and James, a lot of people were upset. And when Balls made a post showing a picture of the front of Katy Joy's house, along with a very messy garage, Katy Joy is now going to cry victim. Even though no address was displayed, no other identifying information was provided. But Katy Joy will play the victim again, because that's what she does. And she will deny and deny and deny that she doxed James and Miranda, even though she did. She put out their entire address. But she's a victim, y'all. So let's hear what she has to say and how she tries to explain this away. It's ridiculous, y'all.
They said it's because I did a reel where I showed a listing of the house that Melanie lived at, which, by the way, was interior shots from a real estate listing. There was no exterior photographs, and it was a listing for a rental, so everything was empty. Okay? They're saying because I found photographs of that to explain how Matthew Shinn listed that property, and I did not post anything beyond that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You absolutely put out their entire address. But not only that, why is it your business to show a real estate listing of where James and Miranda Derrick are living when you know they are getting bad comments, horrible comments, and hateful comments from people? Why would you even put them in that light? Why does that even matter? There are other ways to show your narrative that they are under Robert's control.
They are saying that they have a right to scare me by posting photographs of my house.
That's not at all what was said, but way to turn yourself into the victim once again. The point that was being made was that you doxed Miranda and James. You have no right to talk about how and where Miranda and her husband live together. None of your business. But let's look and see, y'all, how Katy Joy once again deflects and lies and takes zero accountability for her heinous actions.
You can report the Balls account on Twitter. You can report her account on Instagram. What she's actually doing is a violation of the terms of service. If I'm doing a report and something is reported, she will call that a dox. Reporting is not actually doxing. What she's doing today is actually doxing. So doxing is something where you release private or you release information about someone for the sole purpose of malicious intent. Reporting on someone selling a house, property listings, business records, those types of public records, that's not doxing, and it's not done with malicious intent. If I'm posting that Miranda's house is leased through Shinn Real Estate, it is to help people understand that she is still under Robert's control.
Katy Joy, you're not a reporter. And you're not reporting anything important by saying where James and Miranda are living. That's personal, private information that nobody needs to know. And you put it out to hurt them. That's my opinion. Let's not forget, y'all, she is being sued by Miranda and James Derrick and Robert Shinn for defamation. I personally don't think that doxing the person you are in current litigation with is a good look, but, that's just my opinion. And also the person that you keep saying you're an advocate for. Katy keeps saying, free Miranda. Miranda's not safe. We need to get Miranda out. When all she's doing is insulting Miranda, belittling Miranda, and putting Miranda and her husband in further danger. But honestly, y'all, this isn't about Miranda and Katy Joy saving Miranda or any of these other dancers. This is about Katy Joy. Has been, always will be. In every story she talks about, she turns it into herself. Because if she truly cared about Miranda's safety, she'd have a little bit of a different attitude than this.
I don't know I have no idea what the police are going to do with Miranda. That's up to Miranda. Miranda can call the police if she feels like she's in danger. That's up to her.
Why the resentment? Why the hatred? Why is there so much anger towards Miranda? A true advocate would be concerned about her safety. But no, Katy Joy knows that she's screwed up. And so she's trying to cover her ass. And she's trying to sell this narrative that Miranda is not in trouble, y'all. Miranda is not afraid for her life. She is not in any danger. Her and her husband are fine, and she's fully aware that all of these threats are coming from the inside and they are fake. She's trying to deflect and switch gears to cover her ass for doxing Miranda and her husband and putting them in further danger. This is what Katy Joy does. You're no advocate, Katy Joy. You do not care about the well-being of Miranda or James or any of the dancers that are still with 7M. So the next day on June 13th, of course, Katy Joy Paulson goes live on YouTube, and she also does a live on Instagram. This live on YouTube, I'm not even gonna put any parts in here. All she's trying to do is get people to contact law enforcement to have Robert Shinn arrested. I think she's forgetting, or maybe once again, Katy Joy and her deflection. You broke the law, Katy Joy. Doxing somebody is illegal in Minnesota, the state where you reside, as well as California, where Miranda and James Derrick live. And you're trying to get him arrested? Great deflection. But let's listen to what she had to say on her Instagram live the same day.
The last thing anyone should be doing is, no matter what the threats are, no matter who gets doxed, no matter who much...
Whoops. Did you really just say that? No matter who gets doxed? And then she realizes how bad that sounded, so she just gets distracted all of a sudden. The entire purpose for both of these lives is to push the narrative that Robert Shinn needs to be arrested. And she completely dismisses what she had just done to Miranda and James Derrick.
Yes, we can only hope they'll leave. Exactly, Nina. Hi, Nina. I love you. Hope you're doing well. Tell your sisters hi. Even if Robert has neighbors coming by to take photographs in my house, and even if you're one of my neighbors taking photographs in my house, you're not going to intimidate me and silence me by doing that. You actually just look like you're guilty. People that want to intimidate and silence people do things like threatening them and making them feel scared in their own homes. And I refuse to feel scared in my own home.
Well, we'll see about that because you're about to become a bigger victim. But it's not okay for Miranda to feel afraid? Or are you saying that she shouldn't feel afraid? Like, which one is it, Katy Joy? You doxed them and now you're still deflecting. But let's see what she does the next day after she's done with this whole mess of acting like everybody else is the problem but her. So for whatever reason, on the 14th, she decides to give Miranda a break, but she's going to creepily stalk It's Slavic, who's still a dancer with 7M, and say that he literally has no paper trail, and that she confirmed this morning that he moved into a new townhouse with other Shekinah church members. Their place is only a few miles from Robert Shinn's house. So she's trying to give out information about It's Slavic so people can figure out where he lives without doxing him fully. It's creepy, y'all. It's creepy. Like as she says here, despite his mom marrying an American, Slavic has absolutely no paper trail as an adult. And you know this how, Katy? Because you're relentlessly stalking him, as she does everyone, because here she even states that every other dancer in the group can be searched and public records are found. And you know this how, Katy? Because you stalk these people. I thought you were an advocate for them, Katy Joy Paulson. Instead, you are digging up personal and private information that has nothing to do with you and nothing to do with how you would help them in this situation. Again, you're not in it for you. Never have been. You're just a creepy-ass stalker. But on the next day, you go back to mocking Miranda and saying how she is not afraid and that she doesn't look scared at this Netflix event. Well, it's probably because she had security and there were a lot of people around her and she wanted to get out of the house, unlike you. But to say Miranda isn't scared and to say it like this, P.S. Miranda isn't scared, is not helping Miranda at all. All it does is make your people turn against her even more. So as Katy Joy is reminding everybody that Miranda Derrick is not scared, that she is pretending, and that it's coming from inside from Robert Shinn. And in one statement, Katy Joy will say that Miranda's aware that it's coming from Robert Shinn. Others she'll say, well, Miranda probably doesn't know that it's coming from inside, but it's definitely from Robert's people. So is she not allowed to be afraid? Regardless of, you're getting threatening messages. She has a right to be afraid. But it's not okay for Miranda, but it is okay for Katy Joy Paulson. Because later this same day, this is how she turns it. Katy Joy states that somebody is using her email address to make threats to other people and that they have attempted, they're Robert's trolls, and they have attempted to interfere with her lawsuit using this fake email, which is in Katy's name, to send threats to his lawyer. Additionally, anyone receiving any emails from this email address, this is not me or anyone affiliated with me. My attorneys are handling the situation. Please do not email me in any capacity regarding this case. I will delete and block anyone attempting to contact me related to Robert Shinn. So this starts a string of Manic posts, Manic videos about how Katy Joy is now the victim in this entire situation. The next post we see, and I'm not including all of them. There were so many, y'all. The next one, Robert Shinn's trolls are now filing false reports with my email. Tips out without a crystal ball. I will never use this email to ever file a police report with the Attorney General or with any agency, period. This email is a public email for the tips only, not for personal use of any kind by my business. Do not respond to any emails or reports filed with their email address. So now Katy is starting another narrative that she's being targeted and now she's a victim. Let's just forget that Miranda's a victim too. At this point, you just doxed her 6 days ago. You doxed her and her husband. And you still have not acknowledged it, nor apologized, nor admitted to it. So on the next day, June 16th, this is where it gets fun, y'all. Katy is about to be the biggest victim you've ever seen. Because she makes a post that last night at 4 a.m., police showed up at my home after someone filed a tip with the FBI. The tip was filed using my name, which I didn't file anything. The tip claimed my son and I were being held hostage by a male intruder. The police have my home flagged due to repeated false reports and attempted swatting in 2021. Those are red flags right there, Katy. Based upon the threats that I have received, we are almost confident the same threats were sent to Miranda, but they have been sent again using my name to try to frame me and get me arrested one way or another. The FBI is now involved. Maybe they can start investigating Robert Shinn. That's just very suspicious. We also believe we know the identity of the people sending the threats who claim they are doing this to help Robert Shinn. They claim it. Where are they claiming it? Where is this being claimed? Shinn's group has interacted with this group for years. So now that she says Miranda's been threatened by Robert, well, now she needs to be the victim of Robert also. So she is implying and stating very heavily that Robert Shinn is behind this and that there are creators that he is hiring to do this for him. And so in another post where she's going to imply that these horrible creators that Robert has hooked up with are responsible for all the devastation that is happening in her life. She'll never claim or take responsibility that she's the reason why this happens. But she states, to be clear, these creators believe they are helping Robert Shinn. It's not known if he's involved in this current round of harassment, just in this round of harassment, but he's usually involved. That will be up to law enforcement to determine. Stay focused on Robert Shinn And do not let these creators bully or intimidate you into silence. Right now, I'm not releasing names of individuals I believe are behind the threats and false reports. Again, y'all, it's not okay for Miranda to get threats and be afraid, right? But when it happens to Katy Joy, everybody needs to be alarmed. Everybody needs to stop what they're doing. In another post, she states, no matter what threats I receive, I will not stop reporting, and my voice is only one of many. The desperation of people trying to act like cutting me off ends the story proves just how ridiculous the lies and gaslighting is surrounding this cult. So let's put focus only on my threats. We're not going to worry about the person that I've labeled as a victim, or victims, Miranda and her husband and the other dancers within the cult that you're stalking like crazy. Let's just focus on my threats, right? Even though I'm still not going to apologize or admit that I full-on doxed Miranda and James Derrick. But this next one I have a big problem with, y'all. And she says, these creators are now posting messages claiming that I am sending them emails. I am not and have not emailed anyone. Do not fall for this game they are playing. The person created fake emails in my name. I do not use Gmail for personal use, and any emails claiming to be from Gmail are not me. All of this is a game to make me look dangerous. Robert Shinn continues to be the biggest threat to all dancers and me. Again, me, Katy. She's a victim. So somebody is creating emails in her name and sending them to people, right? Other people, other creators, apparently even to Miranda herself and people probably connected to Miranda, and apparently attorneys for Robert Shinn. But here's my problem. I've spoken to several creators that have received emails that were in Katy Joy Paulson's name. We're not saying that they were necessarily from her, but they were in her name. I've spoken to these creators. A few of them have not even said it out loud that they received any emails. But those that have received emails, and those that have shared them, and those that have not shared them, I can state this as fact. Katy Joy posted this on June 16th. Not one creator received an email until June 17th. That's a fact, y'all. So now she's blaming creators, and she says these creators are now posting messages claiming that I am sending them emails. I am not and have not emailed anyone. Not one creator posted anything before the 17th. Katy Joy posted this on the 16th. Not one creator posted anything before the 17th regarding emails they received in Katy's name. Just a little something to think about, y'all. So, of course, the very next day, Katy Joy is going to become even more dramatic. She's going to completely forget and ignore the fact that she doxed Miranda and James and put them in more danger. And she's going to talk about how Robert Shinn's path of destruction hits her family. Y'all, it's wild how she has turned herself into this huge victim of this, as she's saying, from the docuseries.
I've had cops here now 3 times in 2 days. And it's all related to this series and people claiming that Robert Shinn, I'm getting emails saying, oh, Robert's telling me to do this. I don't even know if this is Robert behind this. I'm sure in some capacity he's incited people to do this. But this was, in my opinion, a direct retaliation for what he had Miranda post. Miranda posted last week that she was in danger. Since then, I have actually had police at my house. To the best of my knowledge, police have never showed up at Miranda's house. There's been no police involvement with the stuff going on with Miranda.
So now she's blaming Miranda for the police being at her house. Not only that, Miranda hasn't had the cops at her house. So it's not as bad as Katy's situation, right? But she doesn't even know. She said she didn't know, and then she said, no, the police have not been involved. She does not know. And the problem with that is that Katy Joy's followers, they will take that as Miranda causing Katy Joy harm, and they will go and they will harass her. So she said this on her live, but of course she had to make a video on YouTube so she could be an even bigger victim. It is wild, y'all. So let's listen to what Katy had to say about the worst night of her life being swatted. But it really wasn't a swat. And, she's been quote unquote swatted before, so this is nothing new to her, y'all.
So when Miranda posted a video last week claiming that she was getting death threats, the truth is that it's more than likely these threats were actually coming from people that support Robert Shinn. And when that video went live, his biggest motive and his biggest tactic throughout the last 2 years that I've covered him, and I feel like I've learned the way he moves so well, he's predictable, but he often deflects to my life is in danger, Miranda's life is in danger, her parents are causing this, Katy Joy is causing this, somebody else is causing it, it's always somebody else's fault. He's made these threats in the past. Miranda has accused her parents numerous times and me of putting her life in jeopardy.
No, that is not true. It has not been numerous times. You are the one that states these things over and over and over. All the videos, all the posts, everything you've done, all the lives. Miranda has spoken out twice since the documentary, and once since you started ruining her life back in February of 2022. So she has every right to speak out, but she does not harass and stalk like you do.
When she put that video up and it was seen more than 4 million times and posted all over the internet and picked up by the wider media, quickly retaliation started on me. And since that video was posted by Miranda, I have been attacked relentlessly through reports, false reports to the police, false reports to the city, false reports to CPS, 3 separate police officers at my house in the last 24 hours or 2 days. And reports to CPS in a different county. They have filed reports in my name to the Attorney General. They have filed reports that are false to the FBI. They are emailing people claiming to be me from an email address that is not mine and sending threats to attorneys, to Robert's attorneys, to dancers, to other creators.
You know what's funny, y'all? These creators that are getting these emails in Katy's name, these are the creators that she's claiming are working for Robert Shinn. So are they working for Robert Shinn and attacking you? Or are they working for Robert Shinn and attacking themselves? Her story doesn't make sense, y'all, and this is why. Because she has to put the blame on somebody else, and she's been blaming it on other creators. And then it's Robert, right? But nonetheless, by her doing this, she is making it look like Miranda is the one that has put her in danger. Again, forgetting she is the one that has been putting Miranda and James in danger. Katy Joy is doing this to herself.
They have impersonated me through Google accounts. One now has been deleted, and they have been trying to add my tips email, which is my Without a Crystal Ball tips email. It's not a personal account. They've been using that as the recovery email for them. Well, I got an email today that they deleted that email account because they set up my email address as the recovery email, which is insane. Anyways, through all of these different threats, I've now had to have the FBI involved, and I have law enforcement in my county as well. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who's responsible, but I know that these people are doing this for Robert Shinn. Whether he directly incited them or not, whether he told them to do this, really to me doesn't matter. They're doing this because I want to impress him. They want to defend him. They want to attack me. They want to make me a part of the story, and they want to deflect.
Or it could have absolutely nothing to do with Robert Shinn. I don't know, just saying.
And I'm just here to tell you that if you're one of these creators doing this to me, if you're involved in this kind of activity, you will be prosecuted. We will find out who you are. We will pull IPs. We will pull subpoenas for social media. The police are actively investigating this right now.
Good, because then hopefully they will let the creators that have been targeted, hopefully they'll let them know who's been doing this. And then maybe law enforcement will also see that you broke the law and doxed Miranda and James Derrick. Now, how do we go from 110 posts in a little over a month to stopping completely on June 25th? She stopped posting about James and Miranda almost completely on June 25th, which I find quite suspicious. Because if, and I say if, some type of protection order was filed against Katy Joy Paulson, it usually takes about 2 weeks for that order, after it's been seen and approved by the judge, to then be heard in a hearing. 2 weeks is typical. She doxed them on June 9th. Maybe they filed on June 10th. June 25th, right about 2 weeks later, she stops talking about them completely. Now, she did throw some little jabs in here and there on her Instagram reels, but they're not up on her page anymore to be seen. She stopped. And there's a reason. You don't go from posting 110 posts in just a little over a month and hundreds of posts on your Instagram reels to nothing. She can say she's now focused on Gypsy Rose, but again, y'all, this is Katy's biggest thing, deflection. She did something wrong, and she's trying to act like nothing is wrong. It'll come out. The truth always comes out. And Katy Joy has been lying to her people for a very long time regarding her lawsuit with 7M Films, Robert Shinn, James, and Miranda Derrick, and what is happening with her lawsuit. That will come out too. But for now, Katy's trying to say, no one can silence me. Katy, I hate to break it to you. You absolutely can be silenced. And I'm starting to think that you have been when it comes to talking about Miranda and James Derrick, and possibly even Robert Shinn. She made this post about Robert Shinn's attorney, and maybe he didn't like that too much. Maybe he's the reason why she's not able to speak. Maybe it could be Netflix getting tired of Katy Joy absolutely making a mockery of the docuseries that they put out at the end of May. I don't know, but I'll tell you this. You don't go from posting 110 posts in 30 days to nothing. But I do hope that Miranda and James are enjoying this peace and lack of harassment from Katy Joy Paulson. Regardless of how you may feel about Miranda and James and their situation with 7M, she still deserves to wear this smile. And Katy has been trying to take it away since February of 2022. That's it for now, y'all. I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.